we're gonna be making a quilted, super easy mini album just in time for Mother's Day. So hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with another Mother's Day gift idea. This is going to be an easy quilted mini album. I am going to be using my digital paper collection called Sweet Blessing. I went ahead and printed one set. You can find this collection available on my website. You can of course use any other collection that you might have on your stash, but I definitely wanted to make something really special because I created this collection especially for Mother's Day. I do have a mini album tutorial that I created to use this collection with, which I'm gonna link you down below. Now I haven't finished decorating this book yet, but I really wanted to play with this new idea that has been bouncing on my head all day. So here we are. So I went ahead and trimmed the paper to 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. So if you do purchase the PDF, all you have to do is press print. It's already sized for you, and all I did was trim here the extra white cardstock. So I do go ahead and print this out on white cardstock. This is the one that I use, 65 pound, and I just have a regular printer. And so as you can see, this is the size that the paper comes, and I just went ahead and trim this down. I'm also going to be using some gold cardstock. I think this collection will look really pretty with a little bit of shine. Since I want this project to be quilted, what I'm going to do is use some fabric. So I have here some this is like quilted fabric. I think it's called, I don't remember what it's called, but you can easily find this at Joann's or Amazon. I usually get my at Amazon, but I get like the big packaging. So you can definitely just get a couple pieces at Joann's. And I had this fabric on my stash. I think it matches the collection perfectly. But again, I got this at Joann's, so you can still find it there. And I just really love playing with fabrics. This one is really soft. This is more on like the baby fabric section, and it's just really pretty. And then I had this other fabric on my stash. Now this one is like more like for blanket material, I guess, but I think this is gonna look really pretty on the spine, and it's just so soft. And so that's what we're gonna be using here. Now I'm going to use some pieces of like card box, and so these actually come from like packaging. And I'll just show you, if you buy like any glitter paper, Michael's comes with that. I just took it out of the packaging. But for example, if you were to buy these glitter papers, they always come with like a base here, so I always save them and try to use them. If you don't have that, you can definitely use your cereal boxes, because I don't want this to be too thick, because I am going to be stitching around. Now if you don't plan on using, you know, your sewing machine to stitch around, you can still follow the exact same tutorial, and you can probably even use chipboard, so that way your book will be sturdier, and definitely you don't have to stitch to be able to do this book. And so now what I'm going to do first is I am going to start with the cover. So we're gonna cut these two pieces. Again, if you don't have this, you can use cereal boxes or crackers boxes, and you'll be good to go. And so I'm going to cut this at 8 1/2 by 8 1/2. I do want this book to be quite a big size because I plan on just printing regular size pictures and putting them in the book. I don't want to have to be trimming my pictures too much. Okay, so I'm going to use these two pieces of 8 1/2 by 8 1/2. Okay, so I'm going to start wrapping one at a time here, and I'm going to use my quilted fabric. So what I'm going to do is just add some double-sided tape here on my cover. That way it's going to just hold that quilted fabric right there. And I know it has a different name, I just can think of it right now. And I am going to just peel that off, and we are going to add these right here. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to place it in the corner just like that, and then we're going to trim the extra. And once I have that, I'm going to bring my fabric, and I am just going to again cut a piece here, just big enough to cover these sections, so maybe right around there. So I'm just going to cut these here. Okay, now also it depends on the type of fabric that you have. You might want to like maybe center the image or something like that. Okay, so that is how I'm going to put this together. So I'm just going to use my fabric tack glue, and we are going to just wrap around the sides. So I'm going to add my fabric glue here on the sides. Okay, so here we go, and we're just gonna wrap these all the way, and then same thing here. There we go. I'm kind of running out of glue, but you only need a little bit, you don't need too much of that. Okay, so I'm just going to hold that, and then for the sides I'm just going to fold these a little bit and then glue this. Now when you're folding the fabric, I do like to add glue to the different layers there where I'm folding. Okay, so same thing here. I'm gonna put some right over there. There we go. And now we're gonna fold this in and add the glue on the different levels. Okay, so here we go. Just hold that, and now we're gonna do the same for this other side. So here we go, and now we have one piece, and I'm going to do the same with the other one. So now I have the two covers here, and you want to kind of place them back to back like this, because what I want to do now is add the lace for the closure. So I'm just using this white lace, and I'm going to fold this on half. Of course, you can use anything that you might have on your stash, but I think this will look really pretty. And what I'm going to do is just glue this back here, so you can glue it, or you can also stitch this as well. So I'm just gonna glue it right there and hold it, and then I'm going to just stitch around. Okay, so I am done stitching all the way around for both pieces, and I also went ahead and stitch this piece here for my stash. This says "Grateful for You," and I think it's so cute. It's just a cardstock piece, and again I went ahead and stitched that, but you can definitely just glue it. Now I'm going to use my other fabric, and if you don't have something like this, you can definitely just use the same fabric that you're using for the cover. And I'm going to cut a piece of about 4 inches, maybe 5, and just take that out here. I hope I'm cutting this straight, and I'm just gonna go like that. And then I am going to use my fabric glue, and I'm going to just glue this on that side, and we're also going to glue that on this side. And you want to make sure you leave about maybe an inch spacing in between the two pieces when you glue that, or an inch and a half. I'm just going to leave about that much space, and I'm going to glue this piece. So I'm going to use my fabric glue. Now, to make sure that I have these exactly aligned, what I'm going to do is just fold this piece on half, and then also again make sure that you have that left over here. So I'm just gonna fold this on half, having some room out there, and then I'm going to place this one. I already went ahead and added my glue, and I'm just going to line those two. Okay, so that way I know these are matching, one on top of the other. And I am going to cut the extra here. Okay, so I'm gonna take that out. There we go. Okay, and so now when you open it, you are going to have that spacing in between. And so there we go. So now I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to put this on the side, and we are going to work on the pages. So now for the pages, I am going to cut one piece at 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. Okay, and then we are going to do 6 pieces of 9 1/2 by 8 1/4. And then we're going to score along the 9 1/2 side at 8 1/4 and at 8 1/2. Okay, and I'm going to do the same for all the pieces. So now we're going to fold along the score lines. So we have the 1/4 inch. It's going to be our gussets. Okay, so we're just gonna fold it like that, and you are going to have a small little gusset like this. Now I'm going to glue this first page onto our 8 1/4 by 8 1/4. So I'm just going to add glue on this 1 inch section. I'm just gonna lay my glue. And let's go ahead and just glue this down here. Okay, so I'm gonna place that right there, line that up, and press down. Okay, so now we're going to bring the next page, and we're also going to score or fold along the score lines, and we are now going to add the 1 inch on top of the page we just added. So you want to make sure you don't glue on that 1/4 inch section. We want to glue this piece right below. Okay, so I'm just making all of these flat for now, but those 1/4 inches, like I said, those are going to be your gussets. Okay, so we're gonna put this one right here and press down, and then we are going to add the next one, and so I'm just gonna fold along the lines, and then we're going to glue this piece right here. So now we have all the pages together, and what we're going to do is stand up the gussets. Okay, so I'm just going to do one at a time here. So just basically push it in so it stands up and they're all lined up together. Okay, so here we go, and there we go. So now we have our pages ready. Now before I glue this onto my book, I'm going to go ahead and add my design paper. I'm not going to add paper on the front and on the back because those are going to be glued to our covers, but we are going to add our paper to these two places. And what I want to do is add, like I said, a layer of the gold cardstock and then the design page. So I'm going to trim my gold cardstock to 8 by 8.
Days without water along the sun-soaked road, we crossed over borders to get where we are, and it's all for you, it's all for you, it's all for you, It's all for you. I did it all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. Nights without sleeping, 'cause you fear the night. And days without eating, 'cause it ain't enough for two. And it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. I did it all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. Don't feel the cold, and it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. I did it all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you.
Okay, so now we're going to glue our pages to the book cover. So I am just going to glue this front section on the front cover right here, like that. And so I'm going to add my fabric glue. And then I'm going to add the other glue right here. Okay, and then just a little more glue, just in case. And now I'm going to do the other side. And so there you go, we are done making this book. I really love how this turned out. I hope that you guys like the tutorial, and I hope that you give it a try. I love the fabric, it just feels so soft. I love the quilted look of it. So let's take a look inside. On this side here you have an area for a picture. Over here you can even add multiple layouts. You can add a waterfall if you wanted more room for pictures. I went ahead and added some flowers just to kind of add a little bit more volume to the page. Again, we do have that 1/4 inch gusset if you wanted to add an accordion fold. Love this page here as well. I try to find flowers that would complement the page colors, and so pretty. love that. So I really hope that you guys enjoy this easy tutorial. Again, if you wanted to work with this collection, the digitals are available on my website. I will have them linked down below. I hope that you're having a beautiful day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.